I just thought today I would do a philodendron tour slash show and tell for you all. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you some bits, or all of my philodendron collection. Maybe it'll give you a bit of inspiration for other plants that you might want to add to your collection, or maybe it'll just entertain you a little bit, considering half the world's population is now stuck inside. So yeah, at least it'll give you something to watch. So we will get started. I will start with this one. So this is my philodendron, what is this called? White Princess. This is my philodendron White Princess. As you can tell, I haven't bothered to pot this up into the terracotta properly. I will get around to it. I have so much spare time now. So yeah, White Princess, haven't had it for a super long time. I would say I've had it maybe 2 or 3 months. You can see that gorgeous colouring there on the leaves, that variegation. This is definitely one of the better mature leaves, but then somewhere in here, let me see if I can get the camera to focus on it. You can just see that like leaf there with that big white splash in it. I'm hoping that some of these more mature leaves come out with variegation like that. It has got a new leaf coming in here, although I cannot see a super huge amount of variegation on it, but we'll see what happens. Super easy to look after, like most philodendrons, easy to care for. I wait for it to dry out and then I give it some water. That's as simple as that. So yeah, that's one that I really love, and I think this is a great so at least in Europe, in the UK anyway, these go for maybe £30, which I think is a really good price. I'm not sure what they go for in America, but compared to things like the White Wizard or what's the other one? Philodendron, oh, White Knight, that's the one. These are a lot cheaper, and I don't know why, because to be honest, they're still just as pretty. Like, there's a bit of a difference in leaf shape compared to the White Knight, I think, is more sort of rounded. But yeah, definitely sort of like an alternative for you all if you don't want to fork out the price for White Knights and White Wizards. So yeah, which one should I do next? Okay, so this is my, I didn't take it out of the macrame because honestly it takes forever to get them back in. So this is my Philodendron Brazil. I feel like everyone knows this plant. Like, honestly, this is such a philodendron staple. That's what I'm gonna call it. So yeah, love this one. Super easy to care for. I actually bought this on Amazon when I was first getting into plants, and I ordered the Epipremnum aureum, the devil's ivy, and I got sent this instead, and I did not notice for like 2 or 3 months, and then I was like, that is not the plant that I thought I was getting. But yeah, I actually gave it root rot as well when I first got it, because I didn't actually have a clue what I was doing. But now that it's recovered, it's growing really well for me. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna let it do its thing. It's stuck next to, I want to say it's a, no, I can't remember what window this is in, but it grows reasonably well now. Now it's recovered, now it's stabilized. Yeah, it's growing well. Cute new little leaf there. And it's got a new one coming in, this little one. Doesn't get anything special, doesn't get extra humidity, doesn't get tons of light either, but yeah, just does its thing. Super happy. Which one should we do next? Okay, so this one, this is a bit of a, like a, this plant is having a moment in the plant community, or at least it was fairly recently. So this is the, oh my god, Philodendron Birkin, that's what it's called. So you can see that, I want to call it like stripes. It's variegation, it looks like stripes. So this is quite a well variegated leaf. There's some super, like, there's a big amount of white on there. And then it has that other one there. And then I don't actually know for sure, but from the looks of the leaves, as they mature, they start to lose that white variegation. Like you can see here, there is just a regular green leaf. I don't know if this is, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think what the word is. I don't know if this is like a naturally occurring plant, or if this is one that has been sort of chemically altered, like, you know, the whole pink Congo fiasco from last year. I don't know, I need to do a little bit more research on that. You can see it's kind of, the plant is a bit lopsided because this is the way that it's facing the window, so it's growing that way. This is quite a, I would say this is quite a hardy philodendron, to be honest. Like, the leaves feel hardier, they feel a lot more sturdy than some other philodendrons, and I forget about this a lot. I forget to water it a lot. But yeah, you can pick these up quite cheap now in Europe anyway. I don't know about in America, but I think for the most part in Europe these are, again, similar price to the White Princess, around £30, 30 euros. Yeah, another one I really like, and I just kind of let it do its thing. I forget about it. Which one should we do next? Okay, I'm going to show you one that's really sad. So this is my Philodendron gloriosum, and you can see it is just a tiny little nubbin. So I originally bought this plant, I bought this plant a long time ago. I think I got this in, I'm gonna say around September of last year, and it came to me really sad. The leaf, it had a much bigger leaf than this. It had a bigger leaf, but the leaf was yellowing. And I didn't dig it out of the pot, even though you'd think I would learn from past mistakes to check the roots. I didn't dig it out. I was like, oh, it's fine, the seller knows what they're doing. Because I bought a plant from them before, which came like really healthy, and it was fine. And I was like, oh great, same seller, I can trust them. It was an eBay buy. But yeah, when I did finally think, okay, I should probably check the roots were rotting. And eventually I just got left with this. I'm just gonna pull it out of the water so I can show you. I'm trying to be super gentle with it. So it is growing roots. And it was growing a lot more roots than that because I had it in sphagnum moss. And it was doing good in sphagnum moss. And then I allowed the sphagnum moss to stay dry for too long and the roots shriveled up. And I had to start from scratch. Which is why it's in water. I've got it in water instead of sphagnum because I forget about sphagnum moss. So, hopefully that one will produce better roots soon and I'll be able to do something with it, because I really love the gloriosums and I really want a big specimen, and right now that is not what I was hoping for. So this is my Philodendron Pink Princess, and I got this from they're called Eden Manchester. So they're a UK based seller, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know for certain, but I think that this was a tissue culture plant. He had an awful lot of them for sale, from what I could tell. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with tissue culture. I know that the Rhaphidophora tetraspermas have a bit of a weird tissue culture thing going on with them, but I mean, this plant so far has been okay. It is putting out more pink variegation now, finally, because I mean, the first few leaves that came in for me were pretty kind of meh. So yeah, that was one it came with, but obviously the one with the most variegation was broken, because how else would it come? So yeah, hopefully it's gonna keep putting out more variegation. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm not like, oh my god, I love it, like I thought it would be, but I'm not getting rid of it. So, okay, on to the next. So this is my Philodendron Mycans, and I got this as a cutting from Twisted Leaf and Vine, who are another UK seller. I signed up to their monthly subscription box, and they were running this promotion where if you signed up that month, then you would get a free cutting of this. So when I got the cutting, that was before they were more widely available. You can pick these up pretty much in most plant shops now, I would say. They're pretty widely available now. So this has grown from it was a 2 or 3 leaf cutting that I got, and it's pretty well established now in its pot, and it is consistently putting out new growth. So yeah, they've got these lovely like velvety leaves. This is a really good alternative to the Philodendron melanochrysum if you can't necessarily get hold of one of those at the moment. They've got that same really nice velvety feel to the leaves, and they come in that sort of peachy. I don't know if you can really tell on this leaf. It was a little bit more peachy goldy looking the other day, but as they start to mature and harden off, they turn into this like deep velvety green. But yeah, I love that one too. That just hangs in a little east facing window in my kitchen, so it gets reasonably high humidity just naturally from it being in the kitchen, but I don't, you know, mist it or anything like that. Again, it's just another one that I leave alone. So then we'll do my Philodendron Brantianum. So this one is another cutting that I got from eBay. I love eBay, honestly, for plant deals, because a lot of the time shops are selling more mature plants, and honestly they're out of my budget half the time. So yeah, got this as a cutting off eBay. Kind of difficult to get hold of in the UK. I've not really seen them available anywhere but eBay at the moment. So yeah, super cute. It has got a new little leaf coming in here. I am fully aware, by the way, that this pot is way too big for this plant, like easily double the size that it needs to be, but I did not have another pot to pot it up in. It did come potted up in sphagnum moss, but I really wanted to just pull it out of the sphagnum, put it in an aroid mix. So I've got it in this terracotta, so the terracotta is super porous, and then it's got extra well draining substrate in there. So it's going to drain really well, so I'm not worried about it getting root rot or anything. It does drain really quickly, and I just feel these leaves to know when it's thirsty, because the leaves get really thin, and I love that. I love just, like, I don't want to say communicating with my plants, so that's kind of what it is. They kind of just tell you when they need stuff a lot of the time. So that's one of those plants that I just check it, you know, every other day or so, give it a little feel on the leaves, and then I know if it's thirsty or not. So next one, this is my Philodendron Billietiae. So I got this one from Etsy, not eBay, and I ordered it from Thailand because, well, I explained all that in another video, but it shipped well. It hasn't lost any leaves yet. This leaf is starting to yellow slightly, or, well, I say starting, it came like that and it's not got any worse, so I'm kind of hoping it's just gonna hang in there. I cut back a lot of the roots because initially when I unboxed it I thought, oh okay, well the roots are dry rather than rotten, but when I put them in water they just turned to mush anyway. So I cut loads of those back. It's still got a good root system going on. I don't know if you can see, and it's got a little new root popping up in the middle there, and on the main stem there are some new roots forming as well. So yeah, another one. Once those roots are sort of more well developed, then I will pot this up in a terracotta pot in a really well draining aroid mix. So yeah, that is that one. And then I have got my Philodendron Hastatum, which I can't even fit in the video because it's so big, and I love these leaves. Look at the color of that leaf. I think that is so pretty. It's such a unusual color in the plant world, I think. I just find that so fascinating, that color. So this is one that I got off eBay as a 3-leaf cutting quite a while ago, and you can see that the older leaves are damaged. Like this one's got a split there, this one has got damage to the edge, but the new leaves that it's given me after I managed to give it root rot and then fix it, the new leaves that it's given me are so nice, and it's putting out a new one there, and the new leaves come in like this sort of bluey green and then they fade to that blue. I cannot get over that. So initially when I first got this plant, I was like, it got root rot, I was like, I don't even like it that much, honestly. But now that it's well established in this pot and it's putting out all this new growth, I love it. I am keeping hold of that, because at one point I was like, I don't even want it anymore, I'm gonna sell it on, or, you know, get rid of it, give it to my mum. That's what I usually do with plants I don't want. But yeah, I love that one now. That is staying put. And then I have got this is my Philodendron verrucosum. So, oh, this is another one that I got from Eden, Manchester, actually. Same place that I got my Pink Princess from. I got this as a cutting. It was literally this single leaf, and you can see that this leaf has seen better days, honestly. But every leaf that it has given me since has come in really nicely, and they all look pretty happy. And it has got a new leaf unfurling here, if you can see, which I think looks kind of small. Now, I don't know why that would be, because these get quite a lot of bright indirect light now. Over the winter, I wouldn't have been too concerned if they got smaller leaves, because they were under grow lights, and I'm no expert in sort of how grow lights work. I don't know if the intensity was right for them or not. But now that it's in sort of natural, you know, light again, I was expecting that leaf to come in bigger. Maybe I'm just being a bit impatient. Maybe it's gonna sort of expand a bit more once it's out of that leaf sheath. So yeah, another one I love. Again, in the terracotta pot. I love terracotta pots for philodendrons because they're just so well draining. That's not the word I was looking for. Well, they are well draining. Porous, that is the word I'm looking for. They're porous, so they wick away that extra moisture that you might end up having in your soil, in your potting mix. And they just help minimize the risk of root rot, I think. So, and I love the look of them as well. And they're not expensive either, which is another great point. So, another plant I love. Okay, this one is my favorite plant. I love this plant so much. Honestly, I think this will always be my favorite. So this is my Philodendron melanochrysum. Another one I got as a cutting. Honestly, I get so many plants as cuttings because if you were to buy a well-established plant or a well-established melanochrysum, you would be paying a lot of money. I do not mind paying less money for a cutting because A, if it dies, that's not as much of an investment. B, they're cheaper in general. So that just works out for me. So yeah, I got this as a one leaf cutting. I got it on eBay. The original leaf is no longer here because it was ugly. I got rid of it. But it came from Croatia and it was the first big plant purchase that I'd ever made. It was £50 and I was like, oh my god. And they're quite easy to get hold of, melanochrysum cuttings now, but this was before they were like quite easy to find. And I was like, £50 is so expensive. And now £50 isn't a lot for me to spend. I don't bat an eyelid. If I want a plant and it's £50, I'm gonna get it. But this was a big investment for me back then. But yeah, I'm very happy that this plant is happy. So you can see these lovely velvety leaves and they're such a deep dark green. It's put out some weird ones when humidity dropped a little bit low. And I have taken a cutting from it. It was up here, but I knew one of my friends really wanted one. So I took a cutting for her, gave that to her, because obviously with what's going on in the world at the moment, I was like, I'm just gonna spread a little bit of happiness. So I gave her a cutting of this, and I think she really appreciated that. So that was nice. That's the beauty of plants, isn't it? And on to the next one. So this is, oh, my dog is snoring in the background. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. I'm not gonna wake him up because that's mean. So this is my Philodendron Florida Ghost, and you're probably all looking at this like that is not a Florida Ghost, but I swear it is. It honestly did have white leaves, but it just hasn't put out any new white leaves for me since I got it, and I don't know why. It is quite happy in this pot. Its root system is really good. I just watered it and it's dripping everywhere, but its root system is good. It seems happy. It does put out new leaves. This is a newer one. It's putting out a new one here. It's even got another new one coming in down there, but they're just not white. So I don't really know why that is. If anyone's got any suggestions as to why they're not coming out white, then please let me know, because I mean, it's cute green and all, but the reason I got it was because I wanted those white leaves, so it'd be really good if that could start happening. I've read a few different theories on why it might be. So some people have said that it might be light, but this gets really quite bright light, honestly. It lives in my bedroom normally, which is, it's got a west facing window, and then it's got another bright window. But yeah, it gets bright light. I don't know why it's not giving me those white leaves, but I know it is a Florida Ghost because it had white leaves, and they didn't even get to the point where they faded to green. I cut them off because I'm an idiot, and when I bought this plant, I ripped one of the leaves on my way to getting to the train station, and it was just browning. So I was like, I'm gonna cut it off, and now ever since, I'm just getting green leaves. So I don't know why that's happening, but if anyone can enlighten me on why that might be, that would be great, because I don't know. And I think this is one of the last ones now. So this is my Philodendron Mammy, I don't know how you say it. I don't think anyone knows how you say it. But yeah, another one, another eBay plant. I got this from Flat Jungle on eBay, who is the same person that I got my Brantianum from. I got another plant from him as well. Or maybe it's just those two. Maybe it's just these two. But yeah, love this plant. And you know what? This plant is so great. I think this plant would be great for sort of beginners who, or not necessarily beginners, but people who are just starting to get into rare plants. Because I never run the risk of overwatering this one, because this one tells me when it is thirsty. Like you can see now, like it's stood up quite nicely. All these leaves are stood up. As soon as this is thirsty, it like flops over, and I'm like, okay, you thirsty now, and I give it a water. So there is no risk of me over watering this plant. Obviously it's in a well draining aroid mix, it's in a terracotta pot, but yeah, it just tells me when it's thirsty. And I've noticed that it is quite thirsty recently, now that the days have been brighter and longer, and it's come out of the greenhouse that I had it in. So it's not under grow lights anymore, it's in natural light, and I am watering it a lot more. But the thing I love about this plant, so obviously the leaves are really nice with that sort of silver speckling, but I don't know if you can see, they have like these red, what's the word I'm looking for? Like almost like a frilly red lacing on the petioles. Oh my god, it is so cute. It is so much cuter in person. But yeah, I love this one. I'm kind of waiting for it to fill out a little bit, because as you can see, it's kind of sparse. But we will see what happens. There is a new leaf. I can feel like the new leaf coming in on this petiole of this leaf. So hopefully that's soon. So that is that. And then, oh, can't beat a classic. Philodendron scandens. Just your regular green philodendron, pick them up anywhere, like easy to care for. You can see this one's actually putting out quite small growth at the moment, but it is in a darker than ideal spot. I just wanted to put a plant in this spot, and I was like, which better plant to put there than a Philodendron scandens. So hopefully it'll start to trail soon. I love it. Like, you can't beat a little heart-shaped leaf like that. That is so cute. Look. So I love that one. That is growing well for me. I don't have too much to say about that because I feel like everyone knows about them. So yeah. Oh, I do have another one. I keep forgetting how many I have. So this is a Philodendron squamifermium. Something like that. So this is actually from the girl that I gave the cutting of the Milana Chrysan to. She brought this in for me, which I didn't know she was going to do, which is so nice of her. That leaf is huge. As you can see, it is much, much bigger than my head, and I have got a large head. So yeah, I like this plant. So I'm not too fussed about the leaf. The leaf is not that impressive to me, to be honest. What I love is this on the petiole, that hairy petiole. Like, that is crazy. Why does nature do that? Like, how did that evolve? What benefit is that to the plant? I would love to know. I'm gonna look that up actually. Look at those little pink ones. So that is so cute. So I am probably gonna give this plant the snip and propagate it to try and make it more full, because it is literally one leaf at the moment. There is another one coming in here, and there's some growth points down here, but I'm probably gonna chop that and try and do something with that one. So that's nearly all of them. That is honestly nearly all of them. There is some more somewhere here behind me, very unsuspecting. So we have got these. How pathetic. So these are Philodendron gigas propagations, because I ordered Philodendron gigas from Thailand, and it came to me, and honestly I was impressed. It looked good. And then I put it in this terracotta pot, which is like a really old one that my mum dug up from the garden, and I swear it's cursed because it also killed my Anthurium warocronium when I potted it in that. And then it went on to try and kill my Philodendron gigas. So I'm not using that pot anymore. But I am propagating them in this moss. I don't know, this one, it was this one. This one has got roots for sure. I'm not gonna pull it out and disturb it, but there's definitely roots in there, little tiny ones. And then this one doesn't have any roots yet, but there are 2 nodes buried in that sphagnum. So hopefully soon we will have roots and I won't have wasted £60. That's the plan. So I think that's all of my philodendrons. Hopefully that was slightly entertaining for you. Hopefully that cheered you up in time of, you know, everything that's going on at the moment. A lot of people are stuck in. Hopefully it gave you something to watch. And let me know if you enjoyed it, and give me some ideas on another video. Oh my god, and that's perfect timing because that's my boyfriend back from a run, so I'm gonna go. Thanks so much.